Guitar Sessions, episode 20. We made it to 20. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. This is an organizer episode. This is a philosophic episode. This is a let's get it together episode. Now, 1963, Kurt Vonnegut wrote a book called Cat's Cradle. In the Cat's Cradle, he describes what he calls a Karass. I think I'm pronouncing it right. And what a Karass is a group of people cosmically linked by fate, whose lives are intertwined to fulfill a specific purpose known only to the divine. I can't be the only one who thinks about this in terms of a rock and roll band. Cosmically linked. We don't know where this is going to take us. We don't know the depth of it all. We can't plan out every experience that's about to happen, but we are linked because we have a common goal and we have a common love, and that is what it's like to start a rock and roll band. All right, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to kind of bring in some Kurt Vonnegut in on this discussion, give you some reasons why I think everybody should start a rock and roll band. If you want to get better at your instrument, if you want to get better at music, if you want to get out of your house, if you want to do something creative, if you want to do something good for you, start a rock and roll band. Start a band. Doesn't have to be rock and roll. Start a country band. Start a whatever band. Get together, play with people. So why? I'm going to give you some reasons. So the first reason, I said the members of the Karass are connected by fate, camaraderie. I had an old friend who was a sound guy who said he got out of playing in bands because the only reason he really had to do it is because of the camaraderie. It wasn't the money. It wasn't the money. It wasn't any kind of, I don't know if there's a prestige involved. I'm sure there is in some circles. But starting a rock and roll band or country band or whatever, you're gonna have friends. You develop these deep relationships. So the camaraderie, the team spirit, all that kind of stuff. That is reason number one. Now, reason number two, we're aiming for a target. In other words, we take up a musical instrument, we play a musical instrument. If we all we're doing all day long is practicing grounders, going to the batting cage, and never being put in the game, we really can't. We're not going to get very good at all. And it's like, so we are creatures that need a target in order to fixate on and to work towards and that. So for that reason, being that the overall as purpose of the Karass is often hidden, the individuals toward so what the target is, that North Star that we walk towards, and then all these little adventures on the side. But if I want to get good at songwriting, if I want to get good at recording, if I want to get good at playing other people's music, if I whatever kind of band it is, if I want to just get together with my friends and have a good time, if I want to put together a band for performance, you have a target, there's goals that you can then set, and then once you have a target and you're setting goals, then your growth is inevitable, I think. So third, creative. So how many of you need something creative in your life? Not everybody does, but my kind of people do. So something creative, your band can be anything you want it to be. Okay, it can sound like anything you want it to sound like. It can do anything. Money's not an object. If money's not an object, it can be your project that you can create. You can play whatever songs you want, or you can write songs. You can put on performances. You can determine where you play. Okay, it's a whole big conglomeration of camaraderie and creativity. And so the creative aspect is what draws a lot of people into it, because it's like a lot of the stuff in their lives are not creative, if that makes sense. So anyway, so the creativity, if you like songwriting, if you like going into a recording studio, if you ever been in a recording studio, if you ever developed your songs and developed them from seeds of ideas and developed them and nurtured them and that stuff bleeds into everything in your life, and it's good energy. So next, it's personal and musical growth. Okay, no, actually, social interaction and community engagement. So the Karass, the overall purpose of why you're there and why you're brought together is sometimes unknown, and I believe that to be true in rock band settings, because we don't necessarily know. We're all like, had I known in 1978 where this is going to lead me, I would have never. I had no idea. I have no idea. So, but it's a wonderful journey, and it's like the relationships I've met and the people that I've met, and the experiences I've had, and some of the negative experiences too, but that's part of life. So getting out of your house, doing something among people, doing something. So as adults, we can put on performances. We can do stuff for benefits. We can do all kinds of things. Various facets of the community. Within the community, I don't know what your community is like, but my community loves music. So you can that is an art form that nearly everybody identifies with. So playing in a band gives you social opportunities and collaborating with your bandmates, but it also gets you out into the community, meeting people. And if you can have fun, you can also meet people. If you're a businessman and maybe a networking thing, it could be in the church. You trying to uplift people. Lastly, the personal growth and musical growth. This kind of mirrors what I said earlier. Music and starting a rock and roll band. Like, especially as you age, this is a great thing to keep your mind occupied and keep your mind doing something positive and something you're working at, and some sort of thing that you're fine tuning. As we get older, if we don't have these things in our life, we'll get old really quick. So you ever notice how some of your musician friends, they look really young? Some of them do. Those who took care of themselves, they have a kind of a younger vibe to them. That's because they have some. The music is a power. The music is a force for. It can be a force for keeping you young in spirit, young in mind, and keeping your brain occupied. Many musicians that they make it to 100 and they're still playing. Okay, thinking of Roy Haynes, and thinking of the blues musicians, and thinking of jazz musicians, and the Rolling Stones, not quite 100. Okay, Paul McCartney, he's 81, 82. All right, but he's not in a wheelchair. He has something that he's striving for. He has something that he's applying his good energy towards. It's not the money that does it. He made his money 60 years ago and continued, obviously, but the money stopped being the reason. Okay, it keeps him young. Okay, it's all like wellness. It's wellness. Start a band. It'll be the best decision that you make in your life, I promise you. This is Rod, episode 20. Please like, share. You can do this. I appreciate you. Until next time. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do this.